This museum is the Navy's official museum related to the history of naval aviation. It opened its doors in 1963, so since that time we've been telling the rich history of naval aviation, which is over 100 years now, and that's what we're all about. We have over 150 aircraft and over 30,000 artifacts, countless linear feet of archives to do that.
And in addition to the wonderful hardware we have, we also tell the people story here. The first person to walk on the moon, the last person to walk on the moon. George Bush, our 41st president, was a naval aviator. But day in and day out, we work hard to cater to all age groups, young folks who are just getting a taste of aviation, to older folks who may have spent time in the Navy or spent time in naval aviation and flown some of the very airplanes that we now have as artifacts.
We see a tremendous amount of excitement from people when they walk in, certainly the size of the place when they walk through those doors and they see the aircraft just right there in front of them. We have the NC-4 flying boat here on loan from the Smithsonian. It's the first aircraft to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. And in 1919 it did that, and 50 years later Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. So it gives you, that's the type of thing you're going to experience when you walk in here, to see that amazing technological leap that occurred just as on a regular basis in naval aviation. The greatest compliment that we receive as far as people who visit our museum is the access that they have. Here you're not going to find barriers that keep you 5 or 6 feet away from any aircraft. You have the ability to go up to the aircraft and get close and examine it and really see the design elements that made that aircraft unique, and also how it fits into the evolution of aircraft. And people are very respectful of that access, but they also really appreciate the ability to get up close and personal with history.
We do have a restoration facility, and I am very fortunate to have a gifted team of artisans that take great pride in their work, and we will take airplanes that may have been recovered from the bottom of Lake Michigan, and we will painstakingly restore those airplanes to their original condition. And to watch that process unfold, and it takes years, and to see the care and the professionalism that my artisans put into it, it's very, very special. As an example, we have a B-25 that's currently being restored. Very impressive, and we're excited to get that airplane out. And the team effort that it took to restore that airplane is part of the great story that we tell here.
This is naval aviation, and we like to think that when people walk in here, if they've seen the Blue Angels, they know what naval aviation does today. Here they'll see, here's how we got there. And so it's really meaningful to have them fly from behind the museum, and we actually host many times a year practice air shows. We allow people access to the flight line behind the museum to watch the Blue Angels, and so during the course of any day when they have that opportunity, they can see all aspects of naval aviation during one visit here to the museum. The thing about working here at the Naval Aviation Museum, as a historian, I liken it to being like a kid on Christmas morning every day. Because you never know what story is going to come through the doors, be it in the form of an artifact being donated, an aircraft that flies in, or an individual who has a unique story to tell. And that is very rewarding, to be able to not only hear their stories, but more importantly, share them. So people will have that appreciation for what service to our nation really means.